John in Minneapolis. Hey, John, what's up?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I'm glad for Hillary's career. She is intelligent. She'll make an excellent president, but I think we need, some change in politicians. I'm sorry, it's just not acceptable to me and my values for somebody to take $600,000 from a corporation, Goldman Sachs, that not only helped tank the economy in 2008, but also took over the grain exchange in this city for the purpose of making the grain prices, very volatile. And they did that, and then they caused famine in Africa.
Right.
So indirectly, they killed a lot of people. And why take money from a corporation that does that?
Right.
I'm sorry, I don't give her a free ride. I don't, to be honest, I don't like her for that reason, and I think we need substantial change. We've been, letting them have a free ride for so long. When do we change? We have to start with somebody. Bernie Sanders is the best thing that I have seen in decades that has actually made it, this far. Yeah. And so I support him wholeheartely because he is middle class. And, he is going to have, when you take money and you live in a very extravagant kind of lifestyle, at least it is to me and millions of other people, it changes you. You in your own personal life haven't done that, have you?
No.
I mean, you've made a lot of money in business, but you stopped at a certain point to do other things.
Yeah, I think that,
and to me, that's very important. And
I think what is happening, John, and I think this is a really important and consequential thing to point out, is that this isn't about is Hillary Clinton corrupt or not, or is Bernie Sanders incorruptible or not. What it is that from the time that Al Fromm reinvented the Democratic Party with the Democratic Leadership Council in 1988 and signed Bill Clinton up for that, and he ran for president in 92 on that platform of basically being corporate Democrats. From that time until just a few months ago, it was perfectly acceptable for Democrats to be in bed with big corporations. I mean, Hillary 3 years ago, I realized last night she said 3 years ago she wasn't sure if she was going to run for president. I don't believe it for a minute. And let's say she wasn't 100% sure. Maybe she was only 80% sure. But if it was anything over than 10% sure, she and her husband already have over $100 million in their own personal checking account. Why did she, over the last 3 years, take millions of dollars from banks for speaking fees? My opinion is that the reason she did it is because in the DLC vision of the Democratic Party, the Democratic Leadership Council, the third wave vision of the Democratic Party, which was her husband's Democratic Party and Barack Obama's Democratic Party, that was acceptable. It was okay to be in bed with the big banks, just like it was okay. It's always been okay for the Democratic Party to be in bed with the unions. And what is happening right now is that Democrats in the Democratic Party and independents as well, but in particular Democrats, are saying, we just don't think that's okay anymore. It's been okay since 1992, since the Clinton presidency, and it's been okay for our presidents to get rich after they leave office like Bill Clinton has done. Jimmy Carter has not. We honor Jimmy Carter for that. And we really would like to go back to those Jimmy Carter, Lyndon Johnson, Franklin Roosevelt Democratic Party values rather than hang on to the Bill Clinton, Barack Obama Democratic Party values. I think that the party itself is changing, and I think that's why this has blindsided Hillary. I think it's absolutely shocked her that she's being criticized for doing something that every president has done, every cabinet member has done. Everybody cashes in when they get out of government. Why shouldn't she do it? And I think it's blindsided her that this has happened. And I think that the only way that she can clean this up right now is to simply release the transcripts of her speeches to Goldman Sachs and the banksters and say, here's what I had to say to them. This is what they got for the $200,000. And, if in those speeches she says, I will do whatever you want, you click your fingers and I'll jump. I'll ask how high, I will be glad to change the tax laws so that you guys always have tax breaks. If those things are in the speeches, then she's in trouble. But I'd be astonished if those things are in the speeches. I think that they're going to be just plain vanilla, rah, rah, let's make the economy work. You guys are part of the economy and so are we. And, just the kind of stuff that it's a speech for an event,
Right.
And so if she would just release the damn things, it's like, a couple of weeks ago, her attack dog, David, what's his name? Brock, came out with this, is Bernie healthy? And Bernie was, they came to Bernie and they said, are you going to release your medical records? And he was like, yeah, here you go. So now somebody's saying, hey, is Hillary healthy with regard to her relationship with the banks? And she should simply say, yes, I am. Here's the transcripts. You can read the speeches I gave. There's no BFD here. And there's no quid pro quo here. And this is the way it used to be done. But the important thing, John, I think, and the shocking thing is from this moment now going forward, it's going to be harder and harder for conservative Dems or for any Democrat to cash in afterwards and try to have any kind of political future, or for that matter, to continue to take money while in office. I think that there's a fundamental sea change happening as a result of this debate within the Democratic Party. I think that that's a good thing. John, thank you for the call.
To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.